Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Walmart exclusive Ewok 3-pack of Teebo, Chief Chirpa, and Logray. One of the things I like about these three Ewoks is they don't seem to repeat any elements. Like, they could have used maybe the same body and just maybe dressed the neck area, but I mean, there's original straps going across Teebo here, a sculpted belt going across Chief Chirpa, and even this pouch, it's like inset against Logray's body. So I think the only thing that's being repeated here is the feet, but original arms, original heads, and I'm impressed, original bodies. So let's take a closer look at Chief Chirpa. First of all, I'm going to take him off the figure stand because I don't care about these figure stands. Great design on the body. Just the sculpt of the Ewok fur. It's simple and it's effective, and you can tell that it's old Ewok fur. But I love the strap going around him. His little head piece, which, you know, does drape over the head and onto the body, but it's a separate piece because, you know, pops and bobbleheads. But the fact they included a little pointy tooth, you know, the details on his belt. They even did a good job with his staff with the little bone nubbin on top. Really strong work. His little Ewok nails are well painted on his hands and his feet. Separation between the dark brown and light brown where it meets the sort of grayish brown is really strong stuff. I love the head. I think they did a great job with his mouth and his little Ewok teeth. The black line separating the teeth looks good. The nose paint's pretty good. I mean, one could maybe try to sort of complain that the brown paint of his lip bleeds up, but that'd be pointless because it barely registers. But I absolutely love the wreath going around his head and the little paint details, the dark paint, the light paint, the little leaf here. Really strong sculpt. There's actually a lot of detail to this sculpt. I'm really impressed by that. The ears look good. His little hood looks good. The bone sticking out on the top. Like, this is a solid pop of Chief Chirpa. I think Teebo here turned out freaking awesome. The separation between black and gray, like the lines going down his body, read really, really well. They totally look the way he looks. I'm happy about that. The bones going across his little headdress there look really good. I love the staff, including the wraps around the edge of the little rock there, but I like that even his staff has these little groove lines in the wood. Paint between the hands and the nails look really, really good here as well. Strong sculpt. I like his little satchel and the little cross strap with his little side horn there. Little lines going across the horn look pretty good, but I love his head. Again, it totally reads like him. His mouth looks good. The nose paint is decent, but I like how they handled his eyes. You really do get that sense of the dark eyes, and then contrasted with the little orangish brown going around them. But the little fading and flare of his stripes on his face look great. His little headpiece looks freaking awesome. What a great sculpt. Paint on the horns, the sculpt of the closed eyes and the nostrils look good. I love the feathers. Man, this one turned out freaking great also. Like, I'm really, really happy with how these pops are turning out. Lastly, we got Logray, who has a lot going on the back, but he still stands up pretty good. I was afraid he might tip over when he gets his head bobbling. The stripes on him here are not as defined as some of the other Ewoks. I think in the movie there is more of a contrast, but still I'm glad the stripes are there, so you do get the yellowish and the white. I just think it could read a little darker. But man, look at his little satchel. Has all these little details on it, and they look really good. There's a little tiny bird's head and stuff on there. Again, the wrinkling of his little fur lines look good, but his staff is where it's at for me. Looks really, really good. The feathers, everything on it, nice sculpt, nice detail, and for something as cartoony as Funko Pops, I don't often say nice detail, but these do have pretty good detail for Pops. Nostrils, eyeballs, mouth paint, super solid and clean. His headpiece, very well sculpted. I like the fact they included little holes for the actual ears to come through and not just sculpted a headpiece with the ears as part of the sculpt that they actually poke through. Awesome. The feathers, well sculpted, well painted. The little skull on top, well, skulls on top, but the main big one has some nice shading to it. This turned out great as well. As you can tell by my raves, I love these three pops. They are totally worth the $29.99 it took for me to order them on Walmart.com. So if you can find them online for the retail price, these three detailed pops, you totally get a good bang for your buck. They're awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff.